Hi, I've a few questions for yourself. Do you think kicks help in a street fight, especially against multiple opponents? Do you think that kicks give more power? Do you think that kicks need more speed and more conditioning to deliver than, say, punching?
Kicks can definitely help in a street fight. I say that lightly because you must be aware of the consequences when using a kick. Really, you have to be aware of using the consequence of using any techniques. Kicks can present various dangers. One is balance because when you kick, you are obviously on one leg, and being on one leg, you can easily fall over or be taken to the ground. So there is a big implication to kicks because when you get taken to the ground, that you are at a serious disadvantage. This is very important to know because knowing your weakness, you will strengthen those areas where you're weak, like your balance, your takedown defense, uh, your countering of people catching your legs, and so forth, so forth. You asked if it was good against multiple opponents, and yes, because you have increased the number of techniques that you could use, and tools being your limbs to attack with and defend with, you have more chances or have enough or helps you to attack in different angles. Because kicks, if you see in one of my side kick videos, kicks can present a different angle of attack. If you're facing north, for example, rather than turning east or west or south to protect yourself from the opponents coming from the direction, you can actually quite simply kick in those directions rather than turn your body to face in that direction. But I'll repeat that you must be cautious when doing these kicks. Like I said before, of the disadvantages, one being taken to the ground. But you have to weigh it out because you do not want to be too cautious in a fight because that would cause you to have hesitation and deliberation. Kicks are obviously more powerful than your hands by quite a lot. You can utilize this with multiple opponents by kicking one opponent into another opponent. You can flow from one kick to another kick. These will all take practice. You asked if kicks are faster or helps in your speed. When I look at speed, I kind of look at more in the quickness, how you can change direction, or the quickness you can throw one technique to another technique. And I believe in timing over speed. I would add that kicks have a higher reach advantage over hands by a lot, especially against bigger guys. Because of the power and the reach, you cause more damage, so people will be more scared to attack you once they feel the power of your kicks. Rather than, I've seen people take punches very well, or take a few punches. Kicks, you can put with practice, you can put so much more power in a kick, and you can even scare quite big men with kicks, especially the side kick. Obviously, conditioning is a must because when I was growing up, there was a hearsay that kicks were 4 times more tiring than punches. I believe that to be true. So if you are practicing kicks, you want to use kicks, you got to do lots of repetitions and preferably work on your cardio and obviously your flexibility. This is why we might talk in a different conversation about using kicks as you get older, or depending on how much time you have on your hands, because we live in a society where we work, we have family, we have all sorts of responsibilities, but it's not really an excuse. But you have to weigh out what time you have to practice in terms of practicing on your hands and practicing on your legs. So if you have an hour every day, for example, you have to designate how much time for each area. So when you're doing this, you must look at yourself, look at your ability, look at your timetable, and compare. Compare the advantages and disadvantages of using a kick and using your punches, and how much time you have on your hands to practice. I do recommend a few kicks that you should use in a street fight. Definitely the front kick and the side kick, and maybe the roundhouse kick to the leg to give them a dead leg. That's worked for me a few times. Other than that, maybe some knees if you get into the clinch positions. But other than that, especially high kicks, I do not recommend high kicks unless you are very confident and strong in this ability. Okay, not everyone has the ability to knock people out with high kicks. I hope that helped your answer. Answered your question. Hope to hear from you next time.